Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Locked In Sports Podcast. This is episode 7. We're predicting this week, we're predicting the games, of course, the high school level and for college football. Jordan, basketball season is fixing to be in full swing, and I'm more than excited. How are you feeling about basketball?
Oh, I am excited. We got some exhibition games this week.
And we do.
We won't really cover much of the exhibition, but we're about to get into the basketball season, so I'm pumped.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome and a fun time covering those for sure.
Yeah,
Especially with the Kitty Cats looking pretty good this year.
yeah, oh
It,
yeah,
it it means something if when Mark Pope was hired, his whole motto was about getting that number 9, getting number 9, getting number 9. They even put a banner in the practice facility that says number 9 on it. Okay,
yeah.
preseason rankings come out. What number are we?
I'm guessing 9.
We're number 9, baby. So
Yeah,
we're chasing number 9 this year. So it'll be interesting to see about that. But anyways, we'll get into high school football. Uh, First matchup we're going to predict is Pickens County with a record of 6-1 goes to that mighty Johnson team again with a record of 0-7. This is basically a guaranteed win for the Dragons. If they lose this game, they got to do something bad wrong.
yeah,
Uh, they're going to be paying close attention, like you said yesterday, Jordan. They're going to be paying very close attention to that Lumpkin North Hall game that we'll talk a little bit about later. The Dragons are having a very successful season this year. Um, both both sides of football all the way around. They're playing really outstanding football.
yeah.
Jordan, how deep do you think the Dragons will go in the playoffs this season?
Well, that's a tough kind of. I mean, they're good, but they didn't even score against North Hall, and I think there's going to be a lot
Right.
of better teams in the playoff than North Hall. North Hall is really good. I think they'll win maybe their first 2 games, maybe at least one, but
Mhm.
I don't see them really making a push in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think. Well, the latest bracket prediction that I saw was from Northwest Georgia, and they had Pickens as the 12 seed overall,
Yeah,
and North Hall was the number 1 overall seed. So
yeah,
that I mean, it was North Hall. Calhoun was like the 6th seed or something like that, but it was
yeah,
North Hall 1, Jefferson 2, and
mhm,
it's some big time football. So I think North Hall is legit, and
yeah.
I'm right there with you. I think Pickens might go first, definitely first round win, but that second
Yeah.
round might be a tough matchup for him.
It's hard too to see because they could get like a good draw in the bracket and have 3 games against teams that may not be that good,
Right,
and, and then maybe play like a team like Jefferson or Calhoun or something like that in the third round or something like that. But
right.
we'll just have to see. It's getting late in the season, so
Yep. Um, my prediction for this game is Pickens 55, Johnson 0. Really ain't no ifs and buts about it. Jordan, what you got?
I'm right there with you. I think it's going to be. I mean, 55-0 is a good one. 48 nothing. I'll just say 48 nothing to switch it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be a blowout.
blowout. So neither of us pick. I think we're more so predicting. Does Johnson score a touchdown?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
You don't think Johnson scores?
No, heck
Well,
no.
well, last week I predicted they'd score a touchdown and it didn't happen. So I ain't predicting them to score again. So
Yeah, yeah,
next matchup we'll cover is Chet. This is a big game here.
yeah,
Maybe doesn't have effect on playoff rankings, but it's a big game. Chestatee with a record of 3-4 against Dawson at Dawson with a record of 2-5. The Tigers normally always pull a big crowd in Dawsonville, but this
yeah,
game is a homecoming game as well, so that'll be even bigger for Dawson County, and that just means this game means more for the Tigers, and it's a winnable football game. I think they can win this game. Um, Chestatee is only averaging 79 passing yards a game, so most of their yards every game come on the ground. And if you're Dawson County and you're looking at that stat, you're thinking, "Let's go! Like we think
mhm,
we can beat you all in the run game every day of the week, and we're going to be more physical." So
yeah.
I think that's a good thing. I think that favors Dawson County a little bit. Jordan, do you think Dawson County can get over the hump this week and pull out a victory at home, homecoming game?
I would have felt a little better if Dawson would have beat White County last week because that White County team is not that good.
Right.
I know Dawson competes in a bunch of their games, but I don't think they'll be able to win. I actually think it's going to be 35-21 Chestatee.
Well, I can see that prediction happening, but the one thing I will say about that White County game is White County has a decent, not good quarterback, decent quarterback. They like to
Yeah.
pass the ball,
Hmm.
and I think Dawson's secondary really struggles.
Yeah.
And if you can pass the ball, you're going to be in it to win it
Yeah.
against the Tigers. But
Hmm.
Chesty is not that way, and I think this is going to be a really close football game, all four quarters.
Yeah.
But I think Dawson pulls it out and wins 28-24 over the Chestatee War Eagles at home.
See, I'm more so. I think White County's defense wasn't really the greatest,
Uh huh.
and Dawson could only score 21
Yeah,
uh,
20.
or 20. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think Chestatee's defense is better than White County's, so I don't see them scoring a lot
I
against
would
Chestatee.
I would agree with that. But I mean, they played with GAC 10
That's
weeks
true.
ago. That's crazy. That's the crazy thing, man.
It seems like they play up to their competition and then they play down to their competition. So I really don't know. I mean, it's an inconsistent Dawson team.
Roller coaster season for the Tigers
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um, Go ahead and jump into our next matchup, which is Fannin County with a record of 4-3. Goes to Armucci with a record of 0-6. This is a must-win game for the Rebels.
Yeah.
I feel like we were talking about this kind of same type of matchup 2 weeks ago when Fannin was going to Chattooga to play Chattooga on the road, and Chattooga was 0-5. We were thinking this is a must-win game, but I
Mhm.
mean, it could happen. We didn't think it could happen, but
Yeah.
Fannin County lost that game, and they cannot let that happen this week to a 0-6 Armucci team that's probably the worst team in the region.
Yeah.
If Fannin wins out and Gordon Lee wins out, it could potentially be a region championship on the line at Gordon Lee on Halloween.
Now
That
that game is actually on a Thursday.
it's on the 30th. It's on a Thursday, but I'd classify that as a Halloween game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Because it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So I might just have to put on my Halloween costume and go watch the Rebels down
We
there.
might ought to have to go to that game, Landon. We
But
might
there's
have.
going to be some bigger games that day too. So
Yeah.
we might have to be in a predicament.
Yeah.
But we'll see how the season plays out a little bit. Jordan, how deep do you think the Rebels will go this year in the playoffs?
I mean, it depends on what kind of Rebels team shows up. I mean, they've shown flashes where they could be really good, and then they've shown flashes where they're not going to be consistent.
Right.
And I'm hoping because I love the Rebels that they have that team that's going to be good. I think if they get healthy, like we have on here, if will we see Cannon Holloway
Yep.
Friday? Maybe,
That's a big
maybe not
question.
this Friday, but next. If they get healthy and find their stride, you want a team. You want your team to struggle early if they're going to struggle, and then they want to find their groove towards the end of the year. You want a team that's hot going into the playoffs.
I agree with that.
So if they can win out, I think they could win 2 or 3 games in the playoffs. Especially if if we win region, I don't know. It's going to be tough because Christian Heritage is a good squad.
They are.
They whooped Chattooga last week,
They are.
but they do come to Fannin, so we'll see how that goes.
Mhm.
But if Fannin gets to host playoff games, you know, I think they can win 2 or 3.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. It really all depends on if Fannon's either a two.
Hmm.
I think it's a from this point. I think it's very likely if they're a one seed.
Yeah,
But I think if they host the first 2 rounds of the state playoffs, I agree with you 100%. I think it could. I think they could pull off a couple
yeah,
upsets.
yeah,
Not upsets, but wins. Definitely
yeah,
at home, if you'll say. But I'm predicting Fannin to win this game 49-7 Friday
yeah.
night.
I'm
Uh,
with you. I think it's going to be 52-0. I don't think we're going to let them score.
yeah, yeah.
I think Coach Cheatham's going to have this bunch ready to go. And this is a talented group,
Very talented. They
very talented squad. I
let,
mean,
let's. I got a question. What did Fannin really lose last year other than their backfield?
well, I mean, you lost Case Holloway. He played O
Case,
line.
right?
Cooper Bourne, your leading tackler.
Yep.
Um, I mean, you lost Elijah Weaver, wide
Weaver.
receiver, who contributed a good bit.
Yeah.
And Tucker Dockery, played corner, but I
Yeah.
don't know. He was good, talented, but you have Conrad and Braxton, all those
You
guys
got
still.
guys to fill his shoes.
I'd say the biggest loss was probably on the O line. You lost Case and Jacob Dye,
Yeah.
and Jacob he was good.
He
Uh,
played the defensive line as well. Both of those kids did, but
he,
I think they called him Dozer. He
yeah,
he was more of a defensive line guy, and he was a
yeah,
dog on the defensive
yeah,
line. But
yeah,
that I don't know. It seems like they ain't clicking yet,
yeah,
Fanning this year, and hopefully they're going to click at the right time and pull
yeah,
off something miraculous. Which I hope.
yeah.
I hope that does happen.
Hey, and there couldn't be a better coach for them to
You
find that stride. Coach
you,
Cheatham's a great coach.
you got that right.
Yeah,
I hate to see him go after this year, but it's time.
yeah,
Next matchup we're going to cover is Kahula Creek with a record of 2-5. Goes to Blairsville to take on the Union County Panthers with a record of 1-6.
yeah,
Um, I expect this game to come down to the wire, and whoever takes care of the football the best, I think turnover margin will win this football game. Union County has struggled with that in a lot of their games this year, especially competitive games. I feel like they get a little bit too tense at times, and they don't go back to the fundamentals of football and take care of it, high tuck stuff like that.
yeah,
And if you're Union County, you want this game bad. I mean, you got what, two more games the rest of the year for these seniors on the football team to send them out on a high note, and that means everything about momentum going into next season.
mhm,
So if you're Union County, you want to win these last couple of games more than ever, and this is a winnable game for the Panthers. Um, I say winnable, but I'm gonna take Kahula Creek to beat the Panthers in Blairsville. I just don't think Union's got it, man. I don't know. I just don't feel like they're gonna win. I've got Kahula Creek winning 28-24
yeah.
in Blairsville. Close
Um,
game,
I'm gonna go with Union, especially with it being at Union.
right?
They're starting to compete a little bit. Um, I think they can handle business. But like you said, they have to limit the turnovers. But
It
I
could
have,
be it could be real cold up there in Blairsville on top of that mountain.
yeah, it's starting to get chilly at night.
Yep,
And that we know how it is up in that mountain. It's freezing cold.
freezing cold.
Um, but I think Union's going to win 28-21. I think they'll end up pulling it off. So
Well, I hope that happens.
yeah,
It could happen. Uh, the next matchup we're going to cover is Gilmer County with a record of 4-3 goes on the road to a Calhoun team with a record of 5-2. Um, Calhoun's 3-0 in the region. I don't see this game being competitive at all.
no blowout. I'm going to say
But
it'll be a blowout.
there is a but about this game. Okay, Calhoun has the talent margin by far. But here's what I'll say: if Gilmer County, what other person? I mean, what other team is Calhoun going to play that runs this triple option offense of Gilmer?
Mhm.
Now, will they be able to block and open up lanes? I think not. But I don't know. I definitely think it's going to be a blowout. But there is a little bug in the back of my head telling me, I don't know, Gilmer County, what if, Jordan, what if the Bobcats pull it off?
I don't see it, Landon. I fell for that with Pickens against North Hall. It's going to be a blowout. I don't think Gilmer may score one touchdown. I think it's going to be like 52-7.
Yeah. Well, I do. I recall when we went. Did you go to that Calhoun game when Fannin went and played Calhoun in the state playoffs down there?
No, I didn't.
It had been like I think it was like our freshman year. It was our freshman year actually. Our freshman year, we
Yeah,
played Calhoun in the first round of playoffs. It was 48-0 at
yeah.
halftime. Calhoun's only two losses this year come to a very talented Cartersville team, 38-35, so a 3-point loss there. And then
Cartersville.
yeah,
Cartersville's a squad too. They're
They're,
good.
they're good. They're good. And then Cambridge is their other loss, and they lost 52 to 42. So they're going to put up numbers regardless of
Yeah,
who's on the other side of the ball. They got a
yeah,
lethal offense.
yeah,
This is a championship based program. So if they ain't winning the state championship every year, they ain't happy.
yeah.
So I might be too early to say this, but I see Calhoun North Hall state championship game at the Benz.
Very, very possible. I'd say right now I'd probably see Jefferson and North Hall,
Yeah.
but very possible Calhoun can end up in the state championship.
Yep. Well, that will bring us to our game of the week. Our game of the week is going to be Lumpkin County with a record of 5-1, I believe. I'm pulling
Yep,
it
I
out,
think so.
and then goes to North Hall to take on the Trojans. They have a record of they're undefeated. I know that 7-0. North
Yeah.
Hall's Lumpkin County's 5-2 actually.
Mhm.
Lumpkin County's 5-2. North Hall 7-0. Lumpkin's 3-1 in the region. I, 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 Lumpkin County was ranked above Pickens County in the bracket predictions. I think Lumpkin was like 26 and Pickens was
Yeah.
12. That's a big jump.
Yeah.
But I mean, Pickens didn't score against this North Hall team, so it'll be interesting to see if
Yeah.
Lumpkin can compete for a quarter, 2 quarters. But
Yeah.
Pickens County didn't dang compete at all. And
And it was all Pickens.
you're right. I
So
hope I hope that Lumpkin can at least compete with the Trojans.
mm,
But I'm telling you, man, it's something about playing at North Hall, the Brickyard, their student section, the
mm.
fans. They're
Number one team in the state right
number one
now.
team in the state. The hype's around them. They went to Elite Eight last year. They got something bigger on their mind this year. Correction, I think they went to the Final Four last year.
Yeah, I think they did too.
But there's no track at this football stadium. The bleachers are right on top of you. So
Hmm.
it's like it's real. It's big boy football, and the
Yeah.
atmospheres at North Hall are one of the best in the state. I'd say.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I don't really know. If you're Lumpkin, you gotta try to get out early and go because you ain't. It's gonna be you ain't gonna stop North Hall on the offensive side of the ball for sure. So if you want a chance to win, you gotta score.
Hmm.
So
It's got to be a shootout.
it,
I mean, you're going to have to score.
track meet. It's gonna have
Yeah.
to be a track meet if you want to win this game. Um, my prediction, I've got Lumpkin County. I'll give them 14. I think Lumpkin scores 14. I think their offense is a little bit better than Pickens,
Yeah.
but I don't think their defense can handle North Hall at all.
I don't know if there's any defense that can handle North Hall right now.
They're a weapon.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Lumpkin 14, North Hall 49.
I was right there with you. I think Lumpkin's going to have 14, but I think North Hall's going to have 42.
Okay.
I think it's going to be 42 to 14. Lumpkin, I think maybe at halftime, it may be 14 to like 21 or something like that, 28.
Yeah.
I just don't see him keeping up with that offense at North Hall.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a big week of high school football. This might be our best week we've covered so far with
Yeah.
matchup wise, other than that Pickens Johnson game and the Fan Armucci game. These
Yeah.
other football games are going to be close, I feel like. And
Mhm.
except, I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's going to be a wild Friday night. But that's
Yeah.
high school football. Jordan, let's get into some college.
Well, there's a bunch of it this
There,
weekend.
there is. We're going to have us a long episode here.
There is a full slate of college football this weekend. I mean, it's going to be hard to pick a game of the week, but I think we got one in mind. So we'll just start from top to bottom. Our first game we have is number 10 LSU, who's 5-1, going on the road to 5-1 Vanderbilt, ranked 17th.
Old Pavier.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's actually favored in this game.
They are. The spread is favored in Vandy.
Yeah, 2.5 points, so less than a field goal. So everybody's thinking this game is going to be close.
I don't.
I, I think Vanderbilt's going to beat them.
Yeah,
I think LSU's not that good. Now they could show me otherwise this weekend, but I think Vanderbilt wins this game. I'm gonna say 21-17. I think is what the score is going to be of this game. What about you, Landon?
Um, 21-17. You think LSU's defense holds Vandy to only 21 points? I
Yep.
I mean,
LSU's defense is bad, but their
yeah,
offense ain't that great.
yeah. Well, uh, I think Vandy. I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns.
Really?
I do. I think Vandy's legit.
Yeah.
That is so weird for me to say, but I don't know. Every time I watch Vanderbilt, I'm like, man, that they cannot have Vanderbilt across their chest. That should not be allowed. They do not
Yeah.
look like a Vanderbilt football team. But yeah, I think Vandy's defense is pretty good too. And so
Yeah.
I don't think LSU's offense is going to get anything going. I think they scored 10 points, and I think Vandy scores 27-10. Calm on.
27-10.
Anchor down, baby.
That'd be shocking. I mean, I wouldn't surprise me, but I think I don't know. I think LSU's defense is pretty good. I think they won't let them score a lot, but I think Vanderbilt will win. So we're both on the same page there. We both think Vanderbilt's going to win. This next game, I'm not really going to talk about it too much. We're just kind of getting a prediction. Number 14, Oklahoma, going on the road to South Carolina. I think Oklahoma handles business. I think it's going to be 28-7.
28-7.
Yep.
I'm gonna go quick one here. I'm gonna go 27-13.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I think their quarterback finally gets some stride this week.
Yeah. He's back. Got a week under his belt with that thumb. Now he should be good now
Yeah,
to loose. Um, Next game we got is number 4, Texas A&M on the road at Arkansas. Arkansas put up some points against Tennessee, only lost by 3. So we'll see, especially being at Arkansas. But I think Texas A&M's just, I mean, they're good. I mean, they're good this year.
I think
Hasn't lost. Um,
Texas A&M might play for national championship this year.
yeah, I mean, the way it's looking right now, they have a good shot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think Texas A&M wins this game. I think it may be close, just because it's at Arkansas. I think it's going to be 34-27, Texas A&M.
34-27 Texas A&M. I got 42-21 Texas A&M.
Yeah, and I could see it being like that too. I could see it being a blowout. But the next game, we'll just kind of we'll talk about this one a little bit because this may have some implications on their head coach. Mississippi State 4-2 on the road at Florida 2-4. Now, I saw something today that said the boosters for Florida and their athletic director had a meeting and said, Napier could be fired as early as Sunday if they lose Saturday. So this is a huge game for Billy Napier if he wants to keep his job.
Huge game.
And I think it has to be a blowout. Like I think if it's like close, and they don't play good, I think they fire him. Especially with James Franklin from Penn State being available.
Yeah.
If you're Florida, do you try to make a move? I'd almost think that'd be like a lateral move though.
Yeah.
Because Franklin's never won a big game.
Right.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think Mississippi State's going to win because they've looked pretty good. I know they've got the 2 losses, but that's been to Tennessee and Texas A&M, and they've both been well. Tennessee was close. Texas A&M wasn't, but
Mississippi State's a good football team.
Mississippi State is a good football team. I think they end up winning this game 31-21.
Mississippi State.
Yep.
Wow. Mississippi State wins. I
Yep.
did. I'm right there with you. I picked Mississippi State to win as well.
Yep. That's a solid football team.
They are, but I don't think this game's high scoring.
Yeah, it could be low scoring. I could see that too.
I think it's 17 2017 Mississippi State.
Yep, I could see it being like that. Game winning field goal.
Game winner.
2017, and they don't let Florida score again.
Yeah. I think it's like 20 to 14 going in the fourth quarter. Florida makes a long drive, can't punch it in, have some screw ups on the offensive side of the ball, some coaching mistakes, and then
Yeah,
they end up having to kick a field goal. And Mississippi State, yeah, they win 2017.
If that's the case, Napier,
Gone,
adios. He's gone. Yeah.
gone. Hey,
Big game
hey,
for
can I,
the
can I say something?
yeah.
Mark Stoops be a great fit for Florida.
That's our next game we're about to cover,
Oh boy,
actually. Number 21, Texas on the road at Kentucky. That's the night game in Kentucky, but those fans will be gone before halftime.
there might be more Texas fans there. There's a horse race that weekend.
I have Texas winning that game 30-10. I don't have it being close
Well,
at all.
this is Texas' first time coming to Lexington for anything. Well, they didn't come to Lexington last year for basketball. So I think the
Yeah.
Texas fan base, I mean, obviously they like horses down there. The
Yeah.
Bluegrass State, they're going to want to come to Lexington. So I think you might see more orange in the stands than you do blue. But
Yeah.
I think it's a blowout as well. I'm right there with you, 35, 10, 13.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
score much.
And then obviously Kentucky's got some questions. Do we fire Stoops because they've had enough of being bad? I
The
mean,
thing is yeah, everybody thinks to fire Stoops, but we might go in the drain some money. I mean, we've spent all our money on our basketball program and built our basketball program, and we ain't got 37 million to fire Stoops.
that may be why they haven't done it yet. They may not have the money to fire him. They
But
may have to be like, heck, we're screwed.
but the worst thing you can do if you're the worst thing not that you can do the worst thing that can happen if you're a Kentucky fan this year is Mark Stoops. So basically, he was told in his contract if he makes a bowl game every year, his job is safe. Which I'm fine with that. If he makes a bowl game this year, yeah,
Yeah.
he can. I mean, I don't know, keep him. But
Yeah.
if he goes 5-7, that is the worst possible situation. Let's say we got Tennessee Tech. That's our only winnable game the rest of the
Yeah.
year, and we
Yeah.
got to win two more to get a bowl. One more to get to 5-7.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say we beat Tennessee, just someone somewhere big like that. Beat Louisville. We got to beat somebody. Beat Vandy. Beat Texas. If you get to
Yeah.
5-7, we only win one of those games, then we beat Tennessee Tech, and we're stuck at 5-7. What do you do with Stoops? You keep him? I
I
don't.
mean, if you have the money, I'd fire him.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't make a bowl game in the SEC where you have resources and can recruit, and you go 5-7 again, and you're mediocre again. I mean, you
Yep.
got to fire him.
Yep. Go get a young guy, dude.
I think they should go get the dude from South Florida if he'd leave.
Yeah.
Alex Golish, I think's his name.
Yeah.
He's a new coach, and
I think they're looking at the guy. A name I've been hearing. I think his name is James Franklin or something like that.
that's the Penn State coach.
No, 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 not James Franklin. The guy at Toledo. You know his name?
No,
But he's the
don't.
head coach of Toledo, and he's turned Toledo's football program around.
Yeah.
Still our running back from last year with Ray Davis. But
Oh
Toledo's they're probably going to win the conference championship this year. They're
yeah,
not a bad football program, but
yeah. It'd be
we'll see.
interesting.
We'll
You
see.
probably know more about the coaching search for Kentucky than I do. So,
Yep.
um, our next game, big one, rivalry game, the third Saturday in October. Number 11, Tennessee on the road against my Alabama Crimson Tide. We're favored by a touchdown, actually 7.5, so a little more than a touchdown.
Rocky Die.
I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Shootout.
I think our offense is going to be able to score on their defense, and
Anytime.
their offense is going to be able to score on our defense.
No.
But I was about to say, I don't know because I think our defense, our secondary is our strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't given up a bunch of pass yards, a bunch of pass touchdowns. It's mostly been in the run game. So we'll see, because Tennessee's such fast tempo, if we can keep up. But I do think we pull it out. I had this game being, I think what I said was 38-28 Alabama.
38-28 Alabama.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. I did pick the Vols
Did you?
to win in Tuscaloosa. My thought process behind this is Alabama, other than the Florida State game, they've won every big game they've played. They're due to drop one. Tennessee, they've only played in one really big game, if you'd say. the
Yeah.
Georgia game. They very well should have won that football game. So they're going to be determined and they're going to play very hard. And they're going to do whatever it takes to win this game. And early in the week, I was thinking about it and I was like, there ain't no way Tennessee can win this game. But the more and more this game gets closer and closer to Saturday, I've I put my little tick mark beside the Tennessee Volunteers. So I think Aguilar has a big game in Tuscaloosa. I think Ty Simpson has an off game. You
Hmm.
haven't seen him have an off game yet.
Yeah.
But I think, sorry, Jordan, I know you're going to not like this, but I've got the Vols. Rocky Top in Tuscaloosa, 42-38. Game
40.
winning drive, touchdown for the Vols.
You got to think though, Landon, that Alabama team's looking for revenge.
They are, but it ain't going to happen.
They get you at Bryant Denny at night,
Yeah.
so, and we're hitting our stride. We are like fifth in the nation with time of possession. I think we control the ball on offense, and then I think we get some stops on defense.
But let
So
me ask you this question.
yeah,
Being on the field 5 minutes, okay? Your offense is on, let's say Alabama has a drive, scores a touchdown, but it takes 5.5, 6 minutes off the clock.
hmm
Tennessee goes out, maybe even don't even score. Let's just say they don't score, but they have a minute and 20-second possession. That offense is going to be a little tired coming out that second time, you think, for
no,
Alabama?
no.
No.
Tennessee's defense going to be tired.
Tennessee's defense is going to be tired too, but I mean,
Alabama's offense, Alabama's offense is used to it already because
there's,
we've been doing it.
there's
We do.
pros and cons to playing that up tempo style, and I think it's
Yeah.
going to go in Tennessee's favor.
Yeah. It's hard to stop that tempo. I just
Sure.
think last year, I mean, I think Aguilar's better than Nico, but we only let him score 24 last year at Tennessee. And I think our defense is a little better this year,
Mm-hmm.
secondary wise. Um, so I don't think we're going to let them score a lot. And I think we have a better quarterback um,
Yeah.
last year. I know Milrow was super athletic, but I don't know if you had seen from the Tennessee game last year. Spud Danner, one of our buddies, he was there,
Oh
and
boy.
he texted me mid game, or it was like third quarter. He said, if Alabama had a quarterback that could throw, we would be down by 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, how come? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? And he said, he sent me a reel on Instagram, and it was Ryan Williams. It was like 5 different plays where he ran a route and was wide open.
Wide
Like
open.
the ball just sailed over his head or was short. So, and that was also Tennessee's two starting corners were playing last year, Ricky Gibson and Jermon McCoy.
Okay.
They're both out Saturday. They're not playing. So
Uh-oh.
I just think we're a better team than we were last year. I know we dropped the game to Florida State, but I don't know. We have so much momentum going with us right now. And I mean, that Tennessee squad's good. That offense is legit. But that defense just gave up 31 to Arkansas at home
What
and
is
only won by 3. So
what is Alabama ranked right now? 10th,
sixth.
6th, and Tennessee's 11th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big game. That's a big game.
Big game, and it wasn't as much as I hate to say it, Tennessee's offense, I think could give us some trouble.
What time is
Um,
that game?
that's night game and
ABC?
Tuscaloosa. Yeah. Yep.
I'll be watching that one.
Our next game is also a night game. Number 16 Missouri with the record 5-1 just dropped the game to Bama, only by 3. They look pretty good. Their defense is pretty good. Their D line gave Alabama some problems. Um, they go on the road to Auburn, and Auburn's coming off a excruciating loss last week to Georgia, where you really felt like they had a chance to win that game, especially
They let the three blind mice beat them.
they did. I mean, after that call right before halftime, their offense was horrible in the second half.
Yep, momentum.
I think this is a close, competitive game because Auburn's defense is legit. They're good.
They
That
are.
defense. Their offense is not,
No,
and Missouri's defense is pretty good. So I think this is a low scoring game, but I think Auburn ends up winning 17-10. I think they win by a touchdown.
I've got uh,
Did I say Auburn?
Yeah, you said Auburn wins.
No, Missouri
Okay.
17 is what
I
I meant to say.
I scratched my head there for a
Yeah,
minute.
no. I meant to say Missouri. I was thinking Auburn.
Yeah, I think Auburn's really down in the dumps after that Georgia loss.
Yeah,
I think their defense is beaten, banged up, tired.
yeah.
Um, I think if you're the defensive coordinator, and not just the defensive coordinator, the whole entire defense, like you got to be a little bit frustrated with your offense.
Oh yeah,
They're like, look, dude, we've gave you an opportunity to win every football game, and
yeah,
this is where we're at. But yeah, so I think there might potentially be some locker room issues there.
yeah,
But I've got Mizzou. I don't think Auburn can stop the run game of Missouri. So
yeah,
I've got Missouri winning 24-13.
yeah. And I could see it being that too, or like 24-10, something like that.
Right.
Um, like you said, that run game for Mizzou's legit.
Yep.
Um, so that brings us to our game of the week. College game day is going to Athens, Georgia, where we have the undefeated fifth ranked Ole Miss squad going into Athens against the number ninth ranked Bulldogs, 5-1. That's at 3:30. So I'm surprised it wasn't a night game. Surprised they didn't move the Tennessee Bama game to 3:30 and the Ole Miss Georgia game to night game. Um, but it's a big game, Landon. I mean,
Big game, and Georgia is favored by 7.5 points.
they are, which is really, I mean, they weren't favored that much against Alabama when Alabama went to Georgia. They were only
Right.
favored by 2.5
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they get that little prediction, but maybe it's just because of Ole Miss's poor performance last week.
against Washington State. That'd be my only guess
Yeah, but good
because
Lord. This game is not going to, I think that if anything, it'll be a touchdown game.
yeah, yeah,
But
not more than a touchdown, I don't think.
7.5 is pushing it
Yeah, I think this is the best defense Ole Miss has seen,
for
which
sure.
is which is kind of scary if you're an Ole Miss fan because of the way your offense looked last week against Washington State.
Yep.
Um, there's some weaknesses in that Georgia defense in the first half. Georgia's defense in the first half is not good. And the second half, for some reason, they are like the best defense in the league in the
Yeah.
SEC. So if Georgia, can figure that out, Ole Miss is in trouble. But then again, Ole Miss has the ability for that offense to figure it out.
Yep.
But after last week, that's just worrisome if you're an Ole Miss fan.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
I don't really think it's going to be high scoring. I think Georgia wins 27-20. I think they win by just a touchdown.
Well, I think this game is a defensive game.
Yeah.
I think Gunner, he's a great quarterback, but I don't think he's got the capability. I don't think he's got really. Well, I don't know how to say it. Maybe the playmakers around him are not as
Yeah.
good as we're used to seeing for Georgia.
Yeah.
But I think Georgia's offense kind of struggled Saturday against the Ole Miss defense because I think they got a good defense.
Yeah.
I think this is Ole Miss's first true road game. And I think the quarterback for Ole Miss struggles this week. So I've got Georgia low scoring affair, and I've got Georgia winning 17-14.
Yeah. I can see that. And I just think Georgia's going to pull it out,
Yeah.
especially at, it's in Athens. And I don't think Georgia's going to lose two in a year at
Yeah.
Athens.
If Georgia loses 2 games in Athens, you better.
Yeah.
I might move away from Dawsonville for a little bit. I mean,
That'd be scary
it's gonna get wild.
because they ain't used to that over there in
No,
Athens.
no.
Um, so a wild weekend we got coming up in the SEC. Outside of that, there's USC plays Notre Dame at night, and that's
Hey,
at Notre
I
Dame.
want to mention one game:
Yeah,
Louisville, Miami.
Louisville, Miami. I was going to talk about that one as well.
Louisville's unranked, but they're 5-1,
4-1,
4-1.
right there though,
Yeah.
and that's a night game, but it's at Miami, so that's why I still think Miami will handle business. But scary game for Miami. They got to take it serious.
Yes.
Um, I think Miami wins. I don't really have a score prediction for that, but I think
Neither.
Miami.
I think Miami wins too.
I think USC beats Notre Dame at Notre Dame.
Really?
That USC offense has clicked. Jaden Maava for that quarterback for USC is balling right now.
Well,
Um, I just don't think Notre Dame's that good, so I'm gonna take USC in that game. Uh,
I haven't really heard much about USC, but
yeah,
if you're saying it, your prediction's been pretty spot on here lately. So I'm with you.
yeah. I think USC handles business. And then you got the Holy War, Utah going to BYU. BYU
Oh,
is undefeated this year, and Utah is 5-1. Um, Utah's only loss was to Texas Tech, and that Texas Tech squad's top 10. That's a pretty good squad this year. I don't know who they played though. I mean, they played Utah, and that's about it though. So I don't really know. But BYU's looking pretty good too. The freshman quarterback throwing for 1,200 yards. Not a lot of touchdowns though. Only 8 with 3 interceptions. So not like a super high powered offense.
right.
I think Utah goes into Birmingham or wherever BYU is
Yeah.
and gets the win against.
I think BYU. I want BYU to win this game. Two reasons why. Mark Pope's daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his daughter.
Mark Pope's daughter. Okay, yeah, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. She dates one of the football players at BYU. So go BYU. And also Mark Pope used to coach there. So
Yeah, no,
best
and I
for
think BYU, I want them to win, but they always lose a big game. Like they're always undefeated, and then they lose that one game a year, but then they win the rest of their games.
seems
So
like those Navy blue teams, man.
yeah, yeah,
Penn State and BYU can't win a big football game.
and we'll see what Penn State does, who they hire as their next head coach.
That will be interesting.
So maybe next time we record, they'll have a head coach, and we'll get into that then.
We're gonna jump into some basketball next week, Jordan.
Next week we start basketball, and
We're
I'm
gonna do
excited.
it. I'm excited for basketball season, dude. I'm
I,
ready.
I am pumped for basketball.
Yep. But so this has been a longer episode, but we had a lot to cover. And
Mhm.
the next episode might be a little longer. We're throwing some basketball in there.
Basketball, yeah,
Um, awesome week of high school football ahead of us, and awesome week of really. This might be the best week of college football on
yeah.
all weekend.
Mhm.
There's some big games on all week.
Oh yeah, a lot of implications for the SEC as well.
I was going through our little college football pick'em in there on the board, and I was like, "Man, this is a good. Man, this is a good game. Man, this is another good game." I mean, it's
Yeah,
just hard. The only game in the SEC that I'd say this week that you're like a definite yes on is the Texas Kentucky game, baby. Horns up.
yeah.
But Jordan, you got anything else for us?
I think that's about it. Everybody enjoy a good weekend of football.
Everybody enjoy it. Eat a lot of food, lots of chicken wings.
Yep.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Jordan, what do we do?
Stay locked.
Stay locked, youngins, grandmas, grandpas, all you cousin lovers in Alabama.
Hey, you don't gotta go that far. Come on.
Just stay locked, boys, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
Yep.
Inspirasi tanpa batas, you know who I am. Notasi berotasi